My name is Diego Chaves, and I am an illustrator. I love to create manga, comics, like graphic novels. I like narratives. I like to draw illustrations that have stories behind them. I've known that I could draw or paint since I was a little boy. I just never really stopped. I kept going to this day. So I never really put the pencil down, and I only kept going, and here I am. My biggest influences, I have many, I suppose. One that really got me into learning more in depth about comics was Will Eisner, American comic book artist, and he had many books on the subject that I really liked. And for animation, I really like Hayao Miyazaki, the Japanese director. His movies are super good, and I love the animation and just inspires me a lot. And then one of my favorite painters of all time would be Van Gogh. I really like the choices of color that he makes and all that. And I learned a lot from his drawings as well. Those are really big influences on me, amongst others, of course. My favorite medium to create with has always been just a pencil and then ink. I used to work in black and white for very long. And then, I started to do a lot of color with, acrylics. Watercolors is one of the mediums I really enjoy when I do my drawings, my ink drawings. I like to put some watercolor in them for, just a little more life. And I actually have been doing a lot of digital work. A lot of professional work I do is in digital, which takes away from the messiness of the materials that I am used to, but it's still a fun medium to work with as well. So I'm like a mixed media artist. The inspirations that I have to create usually come from movies, comic books, graphic novels, um, music, even, and just everyday life, looking around, nature and things like that. But I've always liked the graphic novels and then the movies that I would watch, whether they were live action or animation, um, because I'm very story driven when it comes to my art. I just really enjoy characters and scenes and narratives, stories that take place in different universes or anywhere really, as long as it's a well told story. That inspires me a lot. Um, I believe that if you ask me if I'm an introvert or an extrovert, I'd go for extrovert, but there are many days that I feel introverted. Um, there are some days I just feel quiet and I might, want to be alone, but most of the times I love talking to people and hanging out. If I like a quiet space when I'm creating, I would say not necessarily quiet. I like a little bit of noise, maybe, like a podcast, music, like instrumentals mostly, or like a familiar movie that I really like in the background, because I can look up sometimes while I'm creating and, kind of entertaining. It also inspires me while I'm working. So yeah, I'd say no to a quiet space, but sometimes. My favorite illustration work so far would be the most recent children's book that I just illustrated, and I also wrote it, and it's being published. And it's called Leo and the Plastic Collecting Submarine. It's about, this little submarine that goes underwater and collects, like, the plastic and the microplastics from the ocean, so it's not polluted. And I'm really proud of the story and the characters, and the whole book design, and creating the world that these characters live in was just really fun, and I'm really proud of it. And it's the illustration work that I like the most uh, at the moment. Um, I have another talent, I suppose. I like to compose lyrics for like rap that I create for myself. They're done in Portuguese. That's my native language. And I'm actually working on a little album myself. And I'm also really enjoying doing that. And it's not visual, but I do think about making animation for some of the videos in the future. So we'll see. Um, I like to sing karaoke as well, at least once a week if I can. If I could hop on a plane right now, I'd go to Japan because it's a place I really want to visit. Um, I don't know when I'm gonna go, but I hope that they come soon because I want to visit a lot of places there, and I'll bring my sketchbook, and I'm gonna, take some cool drawings while I'm there, and I want to see a lot of cool places. So yeah, Japan. When I'm going to say this is my best drawing or best painting, I think I cannot ever say it because I keep learning every day. Yeah, I'm always like trying to study and pick up a new technique or get better at drawing this thing that was a little harder to draw yesterday, and now I'm getting better at it. Now let me move on to the next thing. So I can never really say like this is the best, but I can definitely say I really like where I'm going. So that would be that.